Podcast.
Halloween and horror. Served chilled.
Shocktails.
What's up, Clyde? Well, welcome into the last bar and dispensary on the left. By the way, we only accept authentic fake IDs. So, by the way, then this one looks terrible. Come on in.
Oh, my goodness.
Get in here. By the way, the cover charge is to like, comment, follow, share with your fellow haunters, and leave us a 5-star review. You kind of know the drill, right? Help yourself to the ice luge in the ladies' room. We've got the glory hole in the men's room. And we've got free hugs in the back booth from Johnny Thunder. What's up, JT?
Yo, what's going on, genius?
Yo, once again, another trans world has come and gone, and I regret not going, so.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bail, but I mean, you could have gone and
I just
done whatever you
without
do.
my hetero life partner there, come on.
Well, I'm sure Rev would have loved to have glommed onto you for the evening or weekend or,
And scream at me and throw his backpack down on the table and pause a scene.
You said it, I didn't.
He can get very emotional.
Well, I mean, you bring out the worst in people, so it's,
that I seem to do.
Yeah,
no doubt. I can't figure out why.
I don't know. Our dozens of fans might be able to answer that question.
They probably can.
Yes.
Hopefully by next year at this time, I'll be within driving distance of St. Louis, if all goes well.
Yeah, you're hoping to move to the wonders of Kentucky.
Possibly I need a change.
So you'll be Christina Baker living in Kentucky?
That probably won't be what I'm going to do. But you know what? Pecking of the Dungeon shouldn't be too bad. I'm not thinking. I'll need some boxes to clean out my sock drawer VHS collection. I probably need at least a few crates for Scully's adult toys. And definitely a dumpster for Johnny Thunder's empty Bell Two-Hearted Ale bottles that have been...
Cans, thank you very much.
Piling up all over the place for years.
Yeah, come on, 16-ounce cans, thank you very much.
I appreciate you leaving me the nickel, but, each... But you could take some of those with you when you leave, I'm
a giver.
You do. You're giving out free hugs at the East Coast Haunters Convention.
Yeah, that's
April
coming up
26th or 25th, 26th, something like that.
Easy for you to say.
Look it up on the website. It's on the website.
Yeah, it's there. It's somewhere. It's if you're going, we'll be there.
Anyway, so what do we? What's on tap? What's on tap?
I think we have a couple movie reviews, right? I think I saw The Monkey, and we both saw Hard Eyes. So why don't we start with that?
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
We're being chased by a fucking serial killer.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day.
Get killed, all right? What was...
Why would he say that?
Directed by Josh Rubin, written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and others, starring Olivia Holt and Madison Gooding. So now the premise of this flick was that there is a serial killer who attacks a different city every Valentine's Day, and he's known as the Hard Eyes Killer. And this year, he decides to show up in Seattle. So we have our two main characters of Allie and Jay, who are the ones that kind of like connect and end up being the ones that are stalked by the Hard Eyes killer. It's kind of a, I don't know, rom-com slasher mix-up, mash-up, if you want to call it that.
I was just thinking about this. This movie is groundbreaking because they've just created a new genre of movies called the rom horror, right? A romantic horror.
I think it's a movie called that I regret spending $12 and an hour and a half of my life on this. But yeah, so basically you're totally right, dude. It's like the premise is like if Hallmark Channel, you know how they do like the Christmas movies, the Thanksgiving movies, the fall movies, the Valentine's Day movies. If Hallmark Channel made a slasher flick, this is what it would be, right? So it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a comedy mixing in the slasher elements. And at least for me, and again, I know reviews are divided, and I think I'm in the minority when I say this, but I didn't really like it at all. I thought it was pretty ponderous to sit through. And I've had some conversations with people that I actually respect their opinion, and they're like, well, you totally missed the point of the movie. I'm like, no, I get it. I get what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, and it's not even a parody necessarily of these rom-coms and like the Hallmark kind of vibe. It literally is just that, and then you throw in the killer. So the positives for me, at least, are the performances are actually pretty good, even though I couldn't stand watching most of what was going on. I actually thought it was well acted. It's well done. And I would say that the idea of this slasher, the Hard Eyes guy, character, I won't say guy.
Yeah, don't misgender the murderer, man. Come on.
Well, no. And I don't know how much No. See, and that's why I don't know how much spoilers we want to get into, but it's not necessarily.
Let's just spoil.
No. Wait. Let me just get through.
Okay.
Let me get through because I'm trying to think and nothing happens and I have smoke coming out of my ears. So, I get it, but I'm saying as a character, I think it's great. If you're doing a Valentine's Day haunt theme at one of the pro haunts, doing a seasonal thing, I think it's cool. Even if you do it at a haunt or for Halloween for trick or treat in your yard or at your home haunt, I think it's actually a really cool visual. I think that's great. Some of the kills were okay. I read a lot of reviews going on and on about how like inventive and cool the kills were, and I was like, well, I actually didn't remember that it was that great. Maybe I was just so annoyed by the bad rom-com aspect of it, and a lot of the jokes fell flat for me. It was too self-aware. It was too, trying to be too meta, and also in a lot of ways kind of rips off a lot of Scream vibe. Like they want to be this sort of postmodern slasher, cool intellectual kind of thing with not only mixing up the Hallmark rom-com with the slash elements. I also just thought it just didn't work for me. I get what they're trying to do. It just didn't work for me. And especially the last third of the movie I thought was just super craptacular. Like I just wanted to start crying. So I just chugged another beer. I think it's on like demand already right now, and it's like,
I don't think there's any demand for it.
It's on demand. It just wasn't my thing. Like I said, I love a slasher flick, nothing more. And I think it's a great character. Now, if I was going to do a sequel, like I would love to see it completely grounded, completely dark, completely, just miserable and awful. But I don't know. It just didn't work for me. For me, it didn't work. But like I said, if you want to watch it, knock yourselves out. I just don't want to waste my life. I don't have much time left on this earth. And I couldn't watch this again.
On my end, let's just say I wasn't in love with Hard Eyes, okay?
Well, I think you thought it was one of your favorite movies in your sock drawer called Hard On Eyes.
This movie gave me explosive diarrhea.
Chocolate comes in all forms for the Valentine's Day.
Dude, I couldn't believe. Meta, call it meta. I call it cringe. I just thought, you said they were trying to be meta. I guess once again, it just came across as like so cringy. Most of this movie was just so bad to sit through. Oh, okay. So these are spoilers. So if you really want to see this turd, go, stop listening and just go see it.
Wait, like what kind of spoil? Well, I mean, the last third was the worst part for me.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was funny. It's like, okay, so we need to take down this nationwide serial killer. So who are we going to call? A, the police. B, the FBI. C, the National Guard, or D, a few advertising professionals from Seattle. If you said D, you were correct, because that's what they're doing.
Well, I don't think nobody called them. I mean, that was the setting of the.
Oh, come on! Are you sticking up for this turd?
No, I know.
One of the things that really was jarring to me in the movie. So you've got Allie and Jay were fleeing her apartment. And they run down the stairs into this brightly lit street. Next, she turns the corner and she's in a dark alley heading into like an abandoned apartment building. It's like, wait a minute, you were just on the street. It was just so like ridiculous. It was like, how did you just get from the brightly lit street to running down this abandoned dark alley into this like apartment building?
Wait. No, I'm not sticking up for it. But again, you've been in St. Louis, right? I mean, and gentrification in big cities. I mean, you're literally on a nice, we've done that though. We've walked in St. Louis and you walk down the street, it's really nice, and you turn, it's like, it's like Crime Alley where Bruce Wayne's parents get murdered. So, look, I don't know. I just have a problem with the narrative, not the setting.
Yeah, just forget about anything I just said.
I have a problem with the characters and the setting and the story.
This movie is amazing. Go see it. Go spend your hard-earned money on it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I think as a character, like the killer is actually pretty cool. That's the best I could say.
Oh, I mean, I thought that like the character, the outfit, the mask was kind of cool. I was I wanted to dig the movie. I went in there. I was like, I'm hoping this is going to be good, and it was just craptastic. I was just okay. I laughed. I was actually, how you say, well, I wasn't mad. I was mad when I left. I was mad. Yeah. I was, and I was like, oh, what anyway. So, see it at your own risk. Whatever you want to do.
I like the show comes with warnings.
All right, what else do we got?
Well, I saw another movie, and it's not like what you usually watch called Spank the Monkey. This one's just The Monkey.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then it appeared. A beast not from this earth, smiting the ones who deserved it, the ones who didn't. And everyone in between. Whoever controls it controls life and death. And those deaths are really fucked up.
Holy sh!
Everybody dies. And that's life.
It's a goddamn mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
So this is a movie from Osgood Perkins, who had just done Longlegs, and he's been an actor for a long time. Obviously based on the short story by Stephen King, and it's starring Theo James. I'll just say, pretty much that's who I would say it stars. So again, it's based kind of loosely, I would say a little bit on the Stephen King short story. So when twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old toy monkey in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start. And then the brothers decide to throw the toy away, and then they try to move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. But then you move back to the present, and as adults, they have to deal with the consequences of this cursed, murderous toy. Now, what I think is funny is again, this is a dark comedy It's completely over the top. It is really ridiculous. Okay. But, and again, we just said, like, I didn't like the comedic, parts of Hard Eyes. And for me in general, horror comedy is a little bit hard. This one for me totally worked. It's ridiculously over the top. The kills are completely over the top. Sort of maybe like Final Fantasy not Final Fantasy, Final Destination. Just my daughter and I are in the end of the Final Fantasy VII remake. We're about to finish it. Aerith's almost dead, but anyway. So it's more of the completely over the top kills. And it's kind of like your standard Stephen King, where it starts with these two brothers that are twins growing up with their mother in this small town in Maine or whatever. And then it's told with a narrator who's, the one brother now grown up. And then it switches to the present. And then it deals with the two brothers in the present, which I love. Again, the main actor that I just mentioned plays both twin brothers, which I wasn't aware of until I went into the movie. So it was kind of cool to go, oh, he's actually playing both of the brothers. So it's, like I said, it's completely over the top. It's really ridiculous. There's a lot of crazy kills, which actually made me laugh out loud. Everybody in the theater was packed. Everybody laughed out loud as well. So it was a good time in the sense of watching just this completely bonkers. I walked out, like, my wife was just like, how's the movie? I'm like, bonkers, but like in a good way, So again, I've seen some really, really mixed reviews, but for me, this one worked, and I really dug it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, there's a lot of really crazy kills, crazy effects, and just the way that the different characters die. And you've got the interplay between the twin brothers who haven't seen each other since they, graduated high school, like I guess you would say. And it deals with themes of death and trauma and the way that you may deal with death and trauma. So the one brother, maybe wants to kind of bury everything and put things aside and not deal with confrontation and emotion head on, foreshadowed by him throwing the monkey down a well and trying to kill it, where his other twin, who is more aggressive and loud and crazy, digs up the monkey and wants to confront it full on. So if you want to get into some psychoanalysis, as we always love to do on this show, you can definitely find themes of ways that people deal with grief. Otherwise, if you just want to sit back for like an hour and a half and just watch people's heads explode and watch people get their heads cut off and watch people just, get killed by a bus and watch people die from like plane crashes, I actually had a good time with the movie. I thought it was fun. And I liked it. I recommend it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, go ahead.
Yeah. Now we get this lowbrow movie stuff out of the way. You can do something a little bit more sophisticated with a good book. I got a really cool putrid print for Christmas from one of my friends, and yeah, I actually have friends. I know, it's shocking. So it's called A Cut Below, a celebration of B horror movies, 1950s to 1980s, by Scott Drebit. So it kind of covers some movies that a lot of drive-in theaters might have shown between the mid-50s and the mid-80s. And it covers, I think it's like over 60 kind of, not necessarily B movies, but they're, just kind of really, really fun horror flicks. And it's divided into 12 different chapters. So like he covers, the first chapters like killer animal movies from the 70s. And then he moves on to like killer kid movies and Satan flicks, slasher movies, zombie movies. It's really fun. And he actually has a really fun, light, comedic approach to covering the films. So he throws in some opinions, he throws in some summations, but they're actually super entertaining because a lot of times, again, I have a problem with people trying to be overly funny, like this show. Wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
But I actually thought he was great, and I think he's a writer. He has his own website, he has his own deal, so go check him out. But it was a really great book, and I appreciate it. My friend Tim bought the book for me, so it was a really cool read, definitely. Oh, and one last thing,
Tim.
There you go. And one last thing I want to throw out: a groovy, ghouly track. My friends, the Geriatrics, the local band here, they're horror punk, old school punk, kind of mixing some metal. They just released a new song on Bandcamp called Corpse Prom. It's a really great track. And obviously I said to them if they're interested in doing a video, I know a guy. So I would love to dress up and help you out with your song called Corpse Prom. They're playing, I think I'm going to see them in a couple weeks at Bar 13, so I'm looking forward to it. But otherwise, I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to give you a compliment, and I know that's, just going to go to your head.
Say what?
I know. Here, dun 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 dun. Yeah, put in all kinds of dramatic music. Congratulations, and I really loved, and thank you for having him on. The 2-part interview with Sean Seeger was really great.
Sean, good dude.
Yeah, I actually listened to the show for once.
Is that what I have to do? I have to have your friends on the show and your coworkers
and listen for my mentions. Yeah. It was great. It was really, really good. So don't let that get to your head.
Yeah, maybe we'll even have him back. He actually mentioned that maybe we could do something like some kind of a small segment every once in a while about some specifics on makeup or, prosthetics or stuff like that. So if anybody's interested in that and you want to get more, you want to hear about that stuff from Sean, well, hit me up and let me know. All right. Oh, yeah, you can get us on Instagram at hauntcast.podcast. We're on YouTube at Hauntcast. You can go to any podcasting platform and find us. It would be under Hauntcast. Hauntcast podcast? I don't know. Something like that. Then the hauntcastpodcast.net. Yeah. Oh, and Facebook. There you go. And join the group. I love it when people think they're joining the group to get all this like in-depth prop building information, and it's just a bunch of us in there like cracking jokes, posting stupid memes, busting balls.
No, but I mean,
there is good stuff in there.
And that's like the stuff that I don't cover on the show anymore because we used to do a lot more. Like I try to share like either movie updates or comic information or toys. Props, stuff
absolutely.
relating to horror movies and monster movies, especially the monster stuff. I like to put all that in there. And
all show updates are on there. So anytime we post a show, you're going to find out immediately. So make sure you join the group. And that is just under Hauntcast.podcast or just Hauntcast podcast?
I think it's just, if you look up groups, I think it's just Hauntcast.
Links in the description.
I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, so look for me because I'm wonderful.
Awesome. All right.
True. I am. Thank you. I am. Thank you very much.
Is it last call already?
It is. Oh my goodness. Look, and I have to run.
How the night has flown.
Oh, if only every time went this fast.
Sign off so we can close the door.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're ready for me. All right. Wow, what a shit show. All right, everybody, as always, thank you for listening. This is Johnny Thunder with
Bacon,
reminding you to stay scared.
Please follow the podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Stalk us on social media. Links in the description. And visit our blog page for more show info at huntcastpodcast.net/blog. Until next time, stay scary.
I got to warn you. You're doomed to stay. Go. Go.